All right, what's going on? 153news.net. How are you guys doing? I am doing well. Thank you for asking. If you didn't, I'm still doing well. Thank you. I hope you guys are doing well. We barely survived the month. I think it was pretty dang close, but we did it. And I want to say thanks to everybody who puts the life blood into this place and keeps this place rolling. And it's one of these things that, guys, let's talk about this, because I've been sitting here on YouTube for a little bit as of recently, and a couple observations that I have probably don't mean anything to this, but one is I've been watching the World Series of Poker. I really enjoy poker, and I watch poker. And so what I was noticing, I've been watching I think I started like 2007 World Series, and I've just been watching from 2007. I think I'm currently at 2012. About 2011, they started putting people what they call in the money at 666. So if you made it through 6,000 people and you made it through all the way to 666, then you're in the poker world what you're called in the money. And I thought, the first year they did that, I'm like, oh man, are these guys a bunch of Satanists too as well? Which they probably are. And then as I go through 2010 and 2011, I'm almost to the point where I'm not going to watch poker anymore, because I did not realize the World Series of Poker is just a bunch of demons that are sitting out there flashing all their numerology gang signs at all of us and shouting out the devil and doing the stuff, because they did it in 2012 as well. And so that is absolutely, completely ridiculous. And that takes me into this, because I used to be able to watch these poker for like a couple hours in a row without any kind of interruption at all. And I'm sure anybody who's still on YouTube for any purpose whatsoever have noticed that the ads are unbelievable. They're unskippable, and they're endless. I can be watching, say for instance, you want a playlist of music. Every single song that comes on, you have two ads, and you have to skip through the freaking ad. So no longer can you just simply listen to a playlist, because a playlist is inundated with these filthy, ridiculous ads. Now, in the game of poker that I've been watching, every 10 minutes or so there's an ad, and they've actually gone into this and timed these ads. So somebody's saying something right before something interesting, they pop off to an ad, so they make sure for sure that you're going to work through that ad and do this. Now, that is across the board on every platform. Rumble does the same stuff, and everybody, it's an ad-based world. This is how the world makes money. And this is why that they went and vaccinated everybody, and they have the 060606 in everybody, because the entire purpose of the patent 060606 is that they're able to serve ads to people while they're sleeping. So this entire ad fetish that they have, where they're just basically smashing ads down your face just to simply watch anything, way beyond anything that ever was with TV. The ads are way beyond that. Well, that's what they want to do to you in your sleep. And that's what they want to perfect, and that's where they're going with this transhumanization thing. And when you take their silly serum, when you take their fruity juice, you will end up with seeing Nike ads in your sleep. And so I find all of these ads very, very fascinating, because as you sit here with 153news.net, you've never seen an ad. I've never sent you an ad. I've never done something on the backs of the people trying to sell you guys stuff that you don't need. And I would hope that everybody sees a value in this, that you don't have banners popping up all over the place. You don't come to 153news.net and have a whole bunch of pop-ups that take you to school and do a whole bunch of stuff. That is totally possible. That is something I could easily do, is I could go into any kind of ad network and I could do pop-ups. So every single person that ever went there, we could sell them some kind of potion or some kind of thing, but we don't. Because that's not good. It's not something that's helping humanity. 153news.net is here because of the love of humanity. There's no other reason that 153 News is here, especially from the content providers. None of the content providers that sit here and work relentlessly all days of the week and are always there putting stuff in there have any kind of monetary value. They gain zero from this site. Nobody gains anything from this site being here. The only thing that we're here to do is to wake up humanity And that's the power of 153news.net. And this is why I'd like to encourage all of you guys, the smaller guys. Guys, we're still averaging 40,000 views a single day. We're over 500,000 page refreshes every single day. So there's 500,000 eyes that will come at least at one point and either refresh the page or go to the page and do something and see what the heck is going on. So there's a tremendous amount of people out there, and I would like to encourage all of these small guys to toss in 50 cents, toss in $2, toss in $1. It will go a very, very long ways. Now, I've been sitting here for nearly 8 years tapping the side of a can. In fact, that's not true, because the very first 2 or 3 years, I put thousands and thousands and thousands of my own cash into this, along with another partner I had way back in the day. We were fully funded. We fully did this by ourselves for as long as we possibly could, until we got too big that we had to have more servers and more infrastructure, and we had to have support from the people. And this is the only way that 153news.net is ever able to survive. Now, what happens is everybody watches the meter at the top of the site, and it seems like nobody wants to toss in until it's 11:59 or until it's pretty much game over, until Truthers is out there begging people. I'm out there begging people. RDDB3 is doing that. And I think I might have got his initials wrong. RBD3. It's those Robert D. So, yeah, I always mess that up. So, much love to you, brother. Guys, and so that's the bottom line, right? We're sitting here scrapping for cash every single month, and we make it. And again, this month it looked pretty grim. I had to raise my eyebrows a bit at this one, wondering if it was going to go. But since 153 News always makes it, I wasn't stressing. And so, guys, if you can help 153 News with 50 cents, please do. Please take the load off all these other brothers and sisters who are every single month the same names over and over and over that are at the top of this list that are keeping this place alive. There's a lot of you guys out there, and I know it's really easy to say maybe one day, or maybe one day, maybe one day. But if people consistently got into it, like Jamal, who is a brother that put it in for $15 like every week, this dude consistently puts it in, come hell or high water, 50 cents will go a tremendous amount of ways. So just going to encourage everybody out there for this. I want to go over everybody. These are the lifeblood of August. This is why we are still alive. This is why people are watching these videos. All the anonymous folks, the guys who did BTC, all of you, thank you very, very, very much. Good Night Alice is one of the ones that cleared this last month. He's a legend. Without Good Night Alice, I don't know if we would have made it last month. So these are the warriors of this season. Carrie, much love to you, brother. Tons of love to you. And Jamal, dude, you are on this list all over the place. Thanks for being a legend and for believing in 153 News like you do. Corvus COVID, always a legend. Aunt Liz is literally a legend. She has been around for a very, very long time. Side Thorn is just a tremendous brother, somebody who's, this is the dude you want fighting for what's left of our old republic. This is the one who, if we didn't have anyone else and there was no other picks, that Side Thorn is this man. And this dude has been silenced for years. And one day, this brother's going to break out of the silence, because one day the hands of oppression are going to come off of him. And they still have a tight leash around him, right? They completely monitor everything about him. They're looking for any one moment to get him back in the clink, because they know when he makes it out from under their hand, that Side Thorn will always be Side Thorn, and you're not going to put him down. Even half of a decade of prison, you're not going to put this dude down. Channel terminated. You know what's up, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you always. Chonky, always a little lively, thanks a ton. Appreciate you, brother. PSI Light, much love to you. Daniel and RBD3, I did get the initials right, and that's very important for Robert, because those initials are legendary. Thank you, brother. The twins, thank you guys. Appreciate it. I love you guys. Appreciate you all. Jamal makes the list again. James, and this is different James than James Cooper, but thank you, James, very, very much. Conspiracy Granny, another legend of the game. And again, these are the people who you want fighting for what's left of our burning country, right? These are the people that, you want people like this. These are the foot soldiers. And so Conspiracy Granny gave up her life. She gave up her freedom. She gave up everything for her country. And I really appreciate her. I really appreciate Sidethorn. I was privy to everything that went down with this whole thing. And I was blown away at the so-called Just Us system that, completely owned these guys and allowed the freaking Mad Sutherland Springs hoax just to go off. That Pomeroy demon is just incredible to watch all this go down. Matty D is a legend at 153 News. He's also a legend out there. A lot of people don't like what Matty has to say. Matty can definitely say things in a way that'll ruffle your feathers up. But at the end of the day, usually when the dust settles, you realize that Matty was usually right on most everything he says. And that's important, right? Because here we're looking for truth. 153 News is about truth. And truth, well, frankly, it pisses people off. A lot of people, especially those who are asleep. You tell people the truth, they get very, very angry at you. Takes us to Gary, the Patriot King. What a legend. This legend has been with 153news.net for so long. One of these guys that I didn't know him prior to 153 News, but I guess he was a legend in New Orleans and doing all the stuff that he does, always trying to wake people up. And, some people get things wrong, right? Some people get stuff wrong. We all get stuff wrong. But the majority of the things we get right, and that is what matters, and that we have the heart and the courage to pursue this and to put our voices out there. And that's what 153news.net is about. It's about being able to have a voice, but it's also the ability to be able to state the opposite opposing ideas of what is in there. And I've always said, 153news.net is just we're a melting pot of ideas and truth, and not everybody sees everything at the same time, all equally. And the one thing that I just hope that we can all do at 153news.net is look at each other all around us and realize that we're all brothers and sisters fighting for the exact same thing. And just because we get stuck on one point, or just because something it ruffles our feathers, there's absolutely no reason we should be tossing the entire baby out with the bath. And so Gary the Patriot King has just really supported 153news.net for a very, very long time. And I appreciate Gary, and I appreciate all of our old timers that do this. And speaking of our old timers that need mad love, Truthers is he. And I don't know, Truthers has grown on me over the years to the point this dude is a complete family. And this is one of these guys that is so passionate about his truth and about views. And the thing about wisdom and knowledge is that the older we get, it seems like the better we get at it for some of us, right? For some of us. But Truthers is one of these guys that is, I don't know how old this guy is, but I think he's far older than me. But he has always been such a supporting structure and such a foundational stone to 153news.net, to the point where he picked up the ball where I dropped it. And I got tired of clicking the can every single month. I felt like a pauper sitting here trying to like keep this place alive. Whereas Truthers, this homeboy, he just pops out these videos and he rallies the troops, and he's saved the day over and over and over. And so I really, really appreciate Truthers. I will always appreciate Truthers. And again, we all see things in different ways, and we're all 100% not going to see things exactly the way everyone else does. And I've done that before. I was convinced of something, and I put it out there, and I went to battle everybody. At the end of the day, the dust settled, and I always wondered, maybe I was wrong. And that, again, is the power of 153news.net, is you have a tremendous amount of astute people, and we can rely on others for as much as we can understand of what they know of truth. And I think everybody at 153news.net is very much qualified to tell us the truth. Sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes we don't, right? But we're never going to see something 100% for all of us. And to ever fathom that we could do that, it's just not going to be. But again, part of 153 News' special abilities is that over the 7 or 8, almost going on 8 years, we have not chewed ourselves up from the inside. That is what I came to hope and believe that we could we could have some sort of community that wasn't like the rest of these places where you just have 50 pages of people calling you names and this and that and doing all sorts of stuff, and it just never ends and you never get to the right truth. We've been able to do that at 153news.net, and we've had to thin the field a lot. We've had to tend the garden. We've had to get the weeds out, because if we were not set up like we were with the abilities that we were, this place would be out of control. And so continuing on, Jamal, again, the legendary Jamal. Thank you so much, brother. Always such love, man. Sandra and Elizabeth, thank you. Appreciate both of you guys so much. Truthers again popping in there. He's always stressing. This guy, I think Truthers may stress more than me about all of this stuff at this point, which is, it's comforting. It's very, very comforting that there's others out there that are stressing along with me to this whole thing. So much love to you, brother. Savatoslav, thank you. Appreciate you. Much love. Truthers rock. You know the drill. Much love to you. Much love, brother. Tex, much love. Thank you a ton. Texas Geoengineering, that's what it should be. It's not just Tex. I don't know why it says Tex. It's Texas Geoengineering. Much love to you, my friend. Thank you. Solely, much love. You know the drill. You hate the Masons. I hate the Masons. We all hate the Masons, brother. Just what it is, man. We're fighting for the light, and these guys are complete darkness. Jarrett, what is up, brother? Earth is flat. I agree completely. Much love to you. Kara, thank you. Shimshon, legend, appreciate you, brother. It's so amazing to know like all of these people and know like these backgrounds of this giant melting pot of 153news.net. We are literally a melting pot of worldwide people and worldwide people that are awake, and that is really amazing. A lot of legends on the site. James Cooper's absolute legend. He's my favorite guy that I can do tech support with. I'm just kidding, James. I don't mind doing tech support for you anytime you have issues, brother. You come, I will help you figure out what's up. And anybody. That's another thing that we ended up with. I got a little angry. Last week somebody came on and said, "Oh, the comments are bad. This is a controlled opposition place," or something of the sort. And then right out of the gate, when people say things like that, first of all, to have this place to where it was a sold out operation, that this was a honeypot or this was something that against the people, that would mean that I would have to be sold out. That would mean that my integrity and my honor would be nothing, because I would be a complete demon loser that's selling out my own people who we're trying to fight with. And so when people come on and say, "Oh, I can't post comments," guys, comments are one of these funky things. Remember, I want you guys to repeat after me. Not being able to post some comments is a feature. And why do I say that? Because you guys don't get hacked. We are very, very locked down when it comes to SQL injection attacks. A SQL injection attack is an attack that every site across the internet eventually gets completely owned with. And when you allow people to put in a whole bunch of symbols and gobbledygook and funky stuff, and you trigger your SQL server, and all of a sudden the SQL server starts spitting out all these people's user credentials to that person, that's what I'm avoiding, right? I'm avoiding your guys' credentials and names and all this stuff being stuck on the internet like all these other people. And so far, we've been extremely lucky in 8 years, right? For the amount of the amount of problems that 153 News creates worldwide with the stories that we report, we have been very successful in not just getting hacked over and over and over. And so it is because of things like this. And when you guys have a comment that doesn't paste, the last one that we were talking about had like parentheses, it had like all these, like tons and tons of these things. At a certain level, the firewall is going to say, okay, this is not a regular comment. This is somebody that is sitting here trying to hack me. I'm going to shut you down. That's all it is. There's no censorship to it unless you consider a firewall censorship. And if you reword your stuff without a whole bunch of funky symbols and things, it will post. When in doubt, for content creators, if you have a video that will not post, rename your video to 1.mp4 or name it whatever you want to do. Do a simple thing. Upload that with a title of 1 and a description of 1 or something very, very small without all the gobbledygook. Save it in the system, and then go back and try to get whatever it is funky that's blowing up the system. That's what it always is. The entire problems are that it is a security-based outlet here. Okay. Saints SPCA, thank you very, very much, brother, to you, or sister, I'm not sure. Nathan, thank you very, very, very much. Much love. Kathleen and Mark, thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think Kathleen's in here quite a bit and is always helping us out. Mark, thank you. Truthers, there's truthers again, sitting up at night, probably worrying about this, watching 153 News, not being able to make the bills, and homeboy sitting there worried about us. And Jamal, rocking with the automatic, so thank you, thank you, thank you again. Thomas, Daniel, Aaron, much love. PSI Light, thank you very, very, very much again. And that takes us to Mike. And then there's homeboy Truth Hurts again. I think we should just call him like maybe Godfather or I don't know. I don't want to be disrespectful by saying Grandpa or something, but he's definitely our Godfather. So Godfather Truth Hurts is there again. And then good night, Alice. We were quite a bit away from getting out of the month of August. We still had 2 days, and I think people would have come through, but Goodnight Alice popped it in there. Goodnight Alice has tremendous videos on 153news.net. In fact, I would say if there's a top 10 list of favorite content providers that I have, Goodnight Alice's stuff is absolutely always top shelf stuff. So it's Truthers Rocks, all you guys, right? I know everybody has different opinions on all this stuff, and we can solve this stuff. We can solve this stuff without war. We can solve it without killing each other. We can solve it as people who are interested in the truth, who want to be adults about things. And so, guys, we are here, and we thank you guys. The only reason that we are here is because of people like you that are willing to do this. So, guys, thank you for the month of August. Again, for anybody that is able to help, the smaller guys, there's a great place to help, 153news.net. So, guys, much love to y'all. We're out.